Call to order.
Adequate notice of this meeting was provided and published in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean Star on January 27, 2023. Copies of the agenda were provided to the newspaper, posted on public bulletin boards and the Township website.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Albanese.
Here.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Here.
Councilman Ambrosino. Councilman Minikino.
Here.
Councilwoman Travers.
Here.
Vice President Zapsik.
Here.
President DeYoung.
Here.
Thank you.
Everybody please rise for the salute to the flag, followed by a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Madam Clerk, I will ask you to file the reports from the municipal officers, please.
Yes, I will.
Thank you. And can I have a motion and a second to approve the meeting minutes from November 8th, please?
Motion.
Second. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
Councilman Minikino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Zapsik.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
We're adding something real quick to the agenda. I would like to ask the mayor to come forward. We are presenting a proclamation for Small Business Saturday. Come on. Danielle, Brian, would you guys like to come up? Okay.
You said no?
Is he refusing to speak? Oh, I don't want to touch anything. It's very delicate. Hello, everyone. So thank you for coming this evening. I do have a proclamation that I would like to offer for our Small Business Saturday, which is coming up this Saturday, November 25th. The government of the Township of Brick, New Jersey celebrates our local businesses and contributions they make to our local economy and community. According to the United States Small Business Administration, there are 33.2 million small businesses in the United States, representing 99.7% of the businesses with paid employees, and are responsible for 62.7% of net new jobs created since 1995. Small businesses employ approximately 47% of the employees in the private sector in the United States, and 72% of consumers understand the importance of supporting small businesses in their community on Small Business Saturday. 68 cents of every dollar spent at a small business in the United States stays in the local community, and every dollar spent at small businesses creates an additional 48 cents in local business activity as a result of employees in local businesses purchasing local goods and services. The Township of Brick, New Jersey supports our local businesses and that they create jobs, boost our local economy, and preserve our community. Advocacy groups, as well as public and private organizations across the country, have endorsed the Saturday after Thanksgiving as Small Business Saturday. So therefore, I, Lisa Crate, Mayor of the Township of Brick in the County of Ocean in the state of New Jersey, do hereby proclaim this Saturday, November 25th, to be Small Business Saturday. And I invite all the people of Brick Township to come out and shop our local businesses. And I am a very big fan of local shopping. It's one of the things I like to do for the holidays to make sure that everybody in my family gets at least one gift that comes from a local business. And we have Danielle Kidney here from our local Chamber of Commerce. And if you'd like to say a couple words, that'd be great.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm happy to be here to represent the Brick Township Chamber of Commerce. The Brick Chamber of Commerce has been around since 1956 and is located just down the street on Chambers Bridge Road. We are very proud of our local businesses. There are so many small businesses in Brick that our tagline is building business brick by brick. So we know to support our local stores and community. Many of these small shops are owned by Brick residents, which makes it even that much more valuable to our community. They're the ones who are, sponsoring local Little League teams and giving to your local PTOs. And we're really excited to represent such a great initiative as such a Small Business Saturday. So thank you.
Thank you.
press on this, right? We would love that.
Come on, Dan. Come on up, Dan.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you so much, and everybody, please, Small Business Saturday, don't forget to frequent our small businesses here in Brick. Resolution 4-1.
All matters listed under item consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. If discussion is desired on any item, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
Now 4-1. Thank you.
Authorize budget transfer.
Councilman Alves.
This resolution authorizes budget appropriation transfers as needed for year end. These transfers do not increase our overall municipal budget in any way. We are moving funds from one account to another.
Thank you very much. 4-2.
Authorize insertion of Chapter 159, New Jersey Department of Transportation Fiscal Year 2024 Municipal Aid Program for Normandy Beach Phase 2 elevation of Broad Avenue.
Councilman Minikino.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the insertion of the New Jersey Department of Transportation Municipal Aid Grant in the amount of $401,859 for Phase 2 of the Normandy Beach Roadway Elevation Project. The second phase includes Broad Avenue, Arrow Court, and Normandy Drive. Thank you.
4-3.
Authorize receipt of bids, purchase and delivery of signed materials.
Council Vice President Sampson.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the receipt of bids for the purchase and delivery of signed materials. This bid is for an item-per-item basis for the purchase and delivery of signed supplies to include sign blanks, pre-made signs, street signs, stencils, and ink cartridges used by the Township sign shop. To date, the Township has an approximate expenditure of $84,000 during the current 2-year contract, which will expire on February 11th, 2024. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-4.
Authorize award of contract Bay Harbor Estates roadway improvements.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes an award of contract to Earl Asphalt Company, Farmingdale, in the amount of $851,513.13 for the Bay Harbor Estates roadway improvement project. Roadways included in this project are Queen Anne Road, Eastland Road, Glen Road, Lime Road, Orange Road, Bimini Road, Appleton Road, Hemlock Road, Acapulco Drive, Beaumont Drive, Homewood Drive, Clearwater Drive, Somerset Drive, Claremont Drive, Fontainebleau Drive, Sunnydale Drive, Brookfield Drive, Greenville Drive, Arndor Drive, Lawndale Drive, and Bay Way. Bid notices were provided to 75 prospective bidders and 11 requested bid packages. 7 bids were received, with Earl Asphalt being the lowest responsible bidder for the base bid and 2 alternates. Thank you.
A lot of roads. Thank you. Resolution 4-5.
Authorize change order number 4, Brick Police Department Special Operations Garage.
Councilwoman Pontarera.
Thank you, Madam President. This resolution authorizes the change order number 4 in the contract with Gavin General Contracting for the Brick Police/EMS Special Operations Garage project. The change order in the amount of $46,950 will allow for the installation of new gas lines and 4 wall-mounted heaters. Also, the change orders allows for the connection of gas to the new auxiliary generator, which is on site and ready to be installed. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-6.
4-6 is tax collector.
46A, 100% DAV widow or veteran deduction for block 1158.15 lot 1.
6B is 100% DAV widow or veteran deduction for Block 1192.06, Lot 2. And 6C is tax overpayments for Block 1429.02, Lot 2, and Block 842, Lot 27.
Very good. 4-7.
Authorize insertion of Chapter 159, New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety, Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over Year-End Holiday Crackdown Grant.
This resolution authorizes the insertion of a grant in the amount of $14,000 from the State of New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety for the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over program. These funds offset the cost of enforcement activities on weekends and holidays. That will end our consent agenda. Can I please have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Open to council. Close council. Open to public on these resolutions only. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that. I got everybody's attention, didn't I? I'm very sorry. Can't blame it on coffee. I haven't had any today. I'm sorry. Sam Foster, want to read Chico Drive? I'm sorry. I'm going to try not to touch that anymore. I'm very sorry. I'm very clumsy. I'm sorry. Quick question. First of all, I'm glad that this is on the consent agenda because I did have a question anyway because I was in a municipal building today anyway. I have a question about resolution number 7. The drive sober or get pulled over. Now, I was in a municipal building today. I was filing criminal complaints, which I told you all about before in the past. And I was told by the police, I spoke with an officer, DeLuca, who took my criminal complaint, that the Brick police don't have the ability to give a breathalyzer test to someone. They have to take someone into custody, bring them to the municipal building, and there's a standalone device here in the municipal building where they test them. Now, I know other departments, I've driven past, I'm 62 years old. I've been on the road for decades, too many years to remember. I'm 62, so I don't like to think about my age. But I've driven past a lot of DUI stop points or DWI checkpoints, whatever they're called, and like this one right here. And the police there have the breathalyzer devices. I've seen them waiting, because they stop the traffic. So have nothing to do but watch what the police are doing. Is there any way, or how much would it be cost effective to have the police, and as far as from a legal standpoint also, to have a breathalyzer device given to patrol units? I know it would be unreasonable to have all vehicles, with the devices in them. I don't know how expensive they are. I know on Amazon I saw some was like but that's just a consumer version. Is it, the council, I'm sorry, I'm babbling, I'm disabled, so please bear with me. My basic question is, I'm asking the council to look into checking into to see if it's financially reasonable if it's too much of an expense to purchase like a breathalyzer devices. I don't know how they work, if they're disposable, if you take something out, I don't know. Just for purposes of stops like this. That's the first question. And a follow-up on that also. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'd follow up on that when I get an answer from that.
I'm not familiar with our police procedures, but if the police ask for it, we will take anything under.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm just saying from a budgetary standpoint, do you know anything about, has this been investigated in the past or?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, now, and second question, following up on this, since the police do not have any breathalyzer devices that are portable, for lack of a proper word, how are they going to be tested? Because it seems, if you pull someone over to see if they're drunk in other towns, Ocean County Prosecutor's Office, Sheriff's Department, Monmouth County as well, they have the Sheriff's Department there with them. Are they going to be providing the equipment to test people at the site, or is this going to be a case of the Brick police or the police, whoever's there, believing that they have probable cause that someone is intoxicated and then take them into custody? Because from a legal standpoint, it's kind of, I care about the budget and I don't want to see the township involved in any unnecessary litigation. I don't know if Mr. Kinnelly could answer or.
I'm not familiar with the police procedure, but we can ask the chief and get back to you.
Okay, who is the current council person that, I started to say councilman, but there's almost all women now, so. But who's the council person that's in, the liaison to the police? It used to be Councilwoman Pontieri. Is it still you?
We have a public safety committee that is made up of 3
Yeah,
council members.
that's what I meant. I apologize. I misspoke when I mentioned it. Yeah. Okay, that's just it. Because like I said, I was speaking to the officer today. And by the way, Officer DeLuca, I want to compliment him because he spent a lot of time taking my criminal complaint. Very polite, very knowledgeable, very professional, and I want to thank him. He took a previous criminal complaint from me also. So I criticize the police, justifiably so, but also I compliment when people do a good job. That's the way I am. I hope you won't take it personally when I criticize you. Because, like I said, I've tried to be fair, and I know sometimes I aren't, but I'm a disabled person, and I think you understand that, and please bear with me. Please do a bad job, compliment them, do a good job, criticize them. I mentioned this on Facebook because I don't want to be political, but it wasn't you, but when I was a Democrat committeeman, people chewed me out because I was defending Mayor Acropolis. And he says, what's wrong with you? Whose side are you on? I says, I'm on the right side. If he does a
Foster,
good
do you have
job.
anything else on the
Well, I'm trying to make a point. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to convince you.
No, I'm
It wasn't
just
you.
saying,
But I just
we're
have
on
30 seconds left. So
resolutions.
I'm just trying to explain myself. I'm not trying to cause any trouble here, but I still have the time explaining why I'm complimenting, and I hope that you all understand when I'm critical of you. It's not personal, and I would hope that would be retroactive.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
I'll
you.
pick up the rest of it during public comments.
Anybody else? Yes.
John Sluka, 950 Sylvia Court. My favorite transfers. I know we transfer every year, and it drives me nuts. 1.7 million to insurance. Do we not anticipate a change in insurance? Do we really think? What do we pay? What do we pay for insurance a year? Do we know that?
Self-insured, Mrs. Bergen?
Thank you. Yes, we're self-insured, so what we pay varies based on our claims. So you can
So we took-
project, if I can just finish.
Okay.
If you can project, what we do is try to project based on years past, what type of claims we're going to experience, but with 500 full-time employees, the best you can do is project. So some years we transfer out of insurance and some years we transfer in.
Okay, that's what I thought. Now, we took it out of the police budget, and we took it out of dispatch, basically. That's more than 2/3 of the money. Did the police over budget by $1,900,000? Or did we just guess wrong? Or did we really have that kind of savings and stuff like that? And then is that going to continue into the next budget, which is coming up soon? You know, basically we took $1 million away from the police department. And
Mrs.
Why?
Bergen, I'll answer.
So we agreed to hire some new police officers this past year, and we budgeted their full salary for the full year, but by the time we went through the civil service process of the list and actually hiring them and getting them here, it was much later in the year than we anticipated, so it was just the timing of hiring new folks.
so,
And we also did see a reduction in overtime.
so next year, the 900,000 will be taken into the budget then, right?
It will.
Because with 900,000
The
more.
accommodation necessary for the roster that we have will be in the 2024 budget.
Yeah, it'll be coming up, in other words, so, yeah. And the insurance, we just didn't anticipate. Okay, so, I expect to see in the budget next year then, is what you're telling me, is that we're gonna have about $1 million for the police budget, but it's gonna be based on this year's, not $1 million more, it's gonna be based on last year's.
It'll be based on the roster that we have in place, and if there's any new hires that are incorporated into the budget, which remains to be seen, we haven't
Which we
even
don't
started
know.
having those discussions.
Right, we don't know. Okay, good enough, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none, close public roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Zapsik.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
We are moving on to Bill Resolution Computer 2023.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Computer bill resolution in the amount of $9,147,825.58.
Very good. Can I please have a motion and a second on the computer bill resolutions?
Motion.
Second.
Open to council. Close council. Open to public on questions on the computer bill resolutions only. Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Abstain Teamsters and yes to the rest.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Zapsik.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to 4-9, bill resolution manual 2023.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Manual bill resolution in the amount of $3,761,423.33.
Motion and a second.
Motion.
Second.
Open to council. Close council. Open to public for questions on the manual bill resolutions only. Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Zapsik.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to our ordinance on first reading. There is no public hearing on the first reading. Madam Clerk.
Bond ordinance providing for the acquisition and purchase of real estate for open space preservation purposes by and in the Township of Brick in the County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, appropriating $390,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $370,500 in bonds or notes of the township to finance the cost thereof.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Very excited about this one. The Brick Open Space Savers Committee is recommending the acquisition of property located on the corner of Herbertsville Road and Maple Avenue and adjacent to the 175-acre sawmill tract open space area. This property is listed on the township's most recent planning incentive plan as proposed acquisition and would provide additional acreage to the township's recreation and open space inventory. The property is a residential and wooded in nature, bound by the Bureau of Fire Commissioners Fire Training Center, the Sawmill Tract, a residential neighborhood, and it spans between First and Maple Avenues. The parcel is currently zoned as Village Zone, which could yield new single-family residential homes or a mixed-use residential and commercial development on a very busy intersection of Maple Avenue and Herbertsville Road. It is adjacent to RR2 Rural Residential, 1-acre zoning, and R-7.5 zone, which is single-family, 7,500 square feet. The property is designated in the New Jersey State Plan as Planning Area 2 and in a sewer service area. The property has mixed forested wetlands, pineland hectare core forest. Rank 1 has a number of species of special concern, including Cooper's hawk, great blue heron, and barred owl state, which are threatened. The property is also adjacent to the Sawmill Pond Creek. The township submitted for Green Acres approval for the acquisition as part of its ongoing planning incentive plan grant, and the bond ordinance amount is $390,000.
Thank you very much. May I please have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Open to council. Close council. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
Councilman Menachino.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Zapsik.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
We are moving right along to public comment.
Please note that each person addressing the council during any section of the meeting during which public comment is permitted shall limit his or her remarks to 5 minutes pursuant to Brick Township Administrative Code, Section 2-33B.
First, you have to be recognized. There you go.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I am Susan Castiglia, and I represent the Brick Township Open Space Savers, also known as BOSS, B-O-S-S. Okay, so we are a Citizens Advisory Committee that has worked for the past 2.5 years already towards our mission of evaluating properties to be acquired for open space and conservation purposes. Far from being completely developed, good thing. Brick still has many properties under private ownership which remain in a natural state. The Brick Open Space Committee seeks out these properties and ranks each one based on a variety of factors, like whether it is contiguous with other preserved open space, if it abuts to a water body, or if it contains wetlands. The acquisition on the town council agenda tonight checks off all of these boxes, adding over 1.5 acres of open space, which is contiguous with the already preserved sawmill track, as you already heard. On behalf of all the members of the Brick Open Space Savers, I would like to thank this governing body for recognizing the importance of curbing overdevelopment and taking action to preserve our highest resource in the natural areas indefinitely. By doing this, we are surely making brick better, one brick at a time, for ourselves and for the future of our children. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
John Sluka, 950 Sylvia Court. I'm going to read my letter. Sorry it was so late getting out. I forgot to hit the send until
Getting worried.
from Friday. Yeah, but I'm close enough. Dear Mayor Crate, Council President Heather DeYoung, councilmen and councilwomen, workers, and citizens of Brick, as well as the local newspapers. We think we all be a bit rushed. Unfortunately, I was. And our minds are with family and friends with Thanksgiving upon us. But shouldn't we be thinking about the rest of the people of Brick? With more and more trees and brush being chopped down, more residents are impacted by the pollution in the air. Vehicles are a major source of air pollution, producing about 1/3 of the U.S. air pollutions. I mentioned that a few months back, I guess. The smog, carbon monoxide, and toxins emitted by vehicles are especially troubling because they leave tailpipes at street levels where humans breathe the polluted air directly into their lungs. If you notice, the Garden State Parkway doesn't have a lot of leaves, brush, anything else this time of year. So the people that live right across from the parkway notice the difference faster than you people. But for the rest of the people, they know it really quick. Somehow the mayor and representatives, as well as the council members, need to take the lead and step up, as the local newspapers have been printing long letters to the editor about the New Jersey Turnpike Commissioner's assault on the residents of Brick and the whole shore corridor. Day after day, week after week, year after year, the New Jersey Turnpike Authority Commissioners have harmed the health and well-being of the residents of Brick and the Ocean County corridor. Citizens and residents who only want what is best for the community look to their elected officials in order to lead the charge against the New Jersey Turnpike Authority Commissioners and their assault on us all. For years, the citizens have brought statistics and printed in articles about autism, COPD, asthma, and other disease to the council meetings, but little is ever done. I know we make phone calls, but we just don't get the results. So maybe we need more than phone calls. The council, the mayor, and all the Brick workers who are paid to represent the citizens should feel obligated to stand up, speak out, and take legal action, if necessary, against that bureaucracy. The people's representatives should not give up. The 20-foot pollution, noise, and safety walls, along with an increased number of trees and brush, is needed along the heavily expanded Garden State Parkway, and that is the minimum that is required to limit the abuse on our whole shore community. It is not too late, it is never too late to do what is right for the people. Sorry. And correct the damage caused by the New Jersey Turnpike Authority Commissioners along the side of the parkway in Evergreen Woods, Brick High, Primrose Gardens, Greenbrier 1 and 2, and many other areas that are Brick and Ocean County. Our citizens get COPD, I'm not coughing from COPD, asthma, and these people might die prematurely from heart and lung ailments in every passing day. It's time to end the reign of terror of the New Jersey Turnpike Authority Commissioners. Thank you. I yield back a minute 20.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yes.
Sam Foster, 108 Chico Drive. I'm going to pick up on where I left off with the resolutions about, I was in the municipal building today. I have several questions here based upon what I spoke, talking to Brick Court and Brick Police about the criminal complaints I'm filing against you-know-who. First point was I wanted to say that I wanted to ask this council if you can make it easier for citizens to do things like, first thing was I came in to pick up some criminal complaint forms against, as I mentioned. And can this be made online so I can download them? Or anybody can download them instead of coming into the municipal building because they close it they close the window at 3 o'clock. And sometimes, I'm working and I can't get here. I had to take off work yesterday to get here and take off work again today to get the forms. That's the first point. Well, if you want to, I'll just do them once and then you can answer me. I see you writing up there, so hopefully writing it down. Also on the, I was in here speaking, as I said, to Officer DeLuca, because I was told by the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office that felony charges have to originate with a complaint filed with the Brick Police. So I had to file the complaint, come in here to municipal building. I'm sorry, I'm disabled. Please bear with me. And I waited. No, I'm not criticizing the Brick Police. They're busy, so I understand that. And there was also a shift change, but I had to wait for like a half an hour before Officer DeLuca had time to get to me because they have to file a complaint. Here, then they send it to the prosecutor's office for prosecution under federal civil rights charges. Now, is it possible? Can you check with the police department or whoever is on the committee or whatever you call it with the Brick Police to see if citizens can have access to filing a criminal complaint online? I know other towns do, but I don't know what your policy here is, but that's the second thing. So make available online forms to filing criminal complaints against people instead of coming here to the building to talk to the court system, court clerk, and also the criminal complaints, if we could do that online. Two other things. I also asked about obtaining data from police body cams because I'm going to be using that in court to prosecute the criminal charges. And I was told by Officer DeLuca that after 1 year, unless the body cam is linked to a crime, they delete them after 1 year. Now the body camera the council meeting are videotaped and it's on YouTube, but you can't hear everything that's going on in the room. Whereas the police officers' body cams do have good audio and video. So I need that body cam. And again, I called up and I was transferred to a lieutenant. And again, I'm not criticizing the Brick Police. I understand. But the lieutenant in charge was not available, so I had to leave a voicemail message. And I have a time deadline. I have to file tomorrow. So I would like to know if the forms for obtaining a police body cam footage can be made online. So again, someone can, at their leisure, since they work all day or whatever, that they can obtain that form and fill it out and then drop it off or mail or whatever. And that's pretty. Oh, I have one final question here, and that is regarding going back to number 7, since my time ran out on the resolutions. If you don't know, and apparently no one in the council or anyone knows how the Brick Police are going to be conducting the DUI stops, then how do you know if they're being done legally? I mean, you're the administration. This is the government of Brick. If the police do anything illegal, as you know from my case in court, in Judge Peterson's courtroom, that you are responsible. The council, DeYoung, you said you don't know anything all about what's going on with it, but you put it on the agenda. How can you pass something if you don't know if they're following illegal procedures, accepting legal procedures? Question, it's not rhetorical. I know you don't like the comment. You can take it up during council comments. I don't feel like arguing with you. I'm having chest pains. I have to go for explain this to Officer DeLuca, what I've been going through medically. I'm not going to bore you all because you probably don't even give a damn anyway. I don't really care. And finally, I want to just say, I said this to Mayor Crate before the meeting began. I wanted to thank you for during the political campaign this year, I got a call from a member of your staff, and they're very, very polite, and I really did appreciate that call, really. It did cheer me up. It's nice to know that we have good members of government that do care about people, and I want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. So thank you again, Mayor Craig, and congratulations on being elected mayor. First woman mayor elected.
We will ask our Public Safety Committee to take a look at some of your concerns. So, anybody else? Yes.
Good evening. I didn't know I was going to be up here. My name's Dennis Quirk. I'm a new resident. I'm at 186 Glen Ridge Court. I noticed that you had something here. It was for number 8, computers. We spent $9 million. I actually might be able to help with something that you might be planning on. And this is my first meeting, so forgive me if I don't know what's going on. Do we know what the $9 million was spent for computers?
It is not computers, it's the computer bill resolution.
Computer
which
bill
is
resolution, so.
Everything that we have spent
Ah.
in the last few weeks. We get a detailed, it goes from health insurance, we have engineers, we have our animal control, different engineering projects, attorneys, Eastern Warehouse distributors, different things that Public Works needs.
I see.
It's Lowe's, Magic Touch Construction, Miko, who does our paving and stuff. So it's not computers. It is
Okay.
the computer bill resolution that lists everything that we are spending money on for the last 2 weeks.
Oh, wow. Okay. Can I ask, is there a need for any computer gear?
We have to go out to bid in order
Okay.
when we get all of that, and that's usually on our capital budget, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
if we don't go out to bid, we also follow state contract. We go by state contract.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to just make an offer because I work for a pharmaceutical company up in Summit, New Jersey. Just drove from there. Not fun in the rain. We are in the process of closing a building where there are hundreds of computer stations. And some of these are virtually brand new. And it's sad to see these things getting wasted. One of the technicians was telling me all of this, and you could fill these, they're called C-bins. Many of them, let's just say down the hallway, these are 20-plus flat-inch screens, control arms that provide for dual displays, USB 3 plug-in docks. If there's a need for somewhere in one of our office buildings here for the town, I could try to facilitate a meeting where you could probably get these for almost nothing. If there is a need, I'm just throwing it out there, just trying to save
I
the.
don't believe we're allowed to do that, but Mrs.
So we have to follow the New Jersey procurement law for
Okay.
everything we purchase, whether it's a pencil or a computer.
Gotcha.
And that requires us to do one of two things, go out to bid or buy it under state contract. We cannot directly negotiate for anything that has to be part of a public bidding process.
Okay,
So we couldn't participate in that discussion.
okay. Just trying to save the town some, could be tens of thousands of dollars worth of equipment, just throwing that out there.
Yeah, if the state of New
Okay.
Jersey
State-
allows.
I
Let
don't,
us.
like I said, I don't have a clue
Yeah.
about everything and all the gears that make things turn around here, so.
Thank you.
Just throwing that out. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none, close public. Mrs. Bergen.
Thank you, I have nothing.
Fantastic. Mayor.
Hi, just a couple of things. I want to commend our Brick Open Space Savers. So I've been given the opportunity and the pleasure to serve with them over the last almost year since Mayor Ducey resigned, and it's been an absolute pleasure. They are a group that works very hard. They meet every single month. We pore over maps. We have deep discussions about different properties. We've gone out on site to look at things in person to see what these pieces of property look like, and I just want to commend that group for all of their hard work, and I'm excited to continue to be able to work with them into the new year and see what other land we can preserve as we go forward. And I also really wanted to do a shout out to our Chamber of Commerce. I'm also very excited to be able to continue to work with our local chamber. The Chamber of Commerce is one of those things that until I became mayor, I didn't really know too much about. And I've had the pleasure of getting to know Danielle and other people on the chamber and understanding how they are an intricate part of our community. And I really do feel like our small businesses are the backbone of our community. So having this Small Business Saturday to highlight those businesses is fabulous, but actually going out and doing some of the shopping, not just on Saturday, but any day of the year, look around at our small businesses. And if you're a small business in our town and you are not part of the chamber, I encourage you to reach out to Danielle and the Chamber of Commerce. There's so many things that the chamber can offer small businesses here, and it creates a nice community, a web of local businesses that work together to make Brick better. So please feel free to reach out to them, and I'm hoping that we can do some fun things together with the chamber and the township as we go forward. So look for that. Couple of things for the calendar. Our Christmas tree lighting is taking place on the November 29th. And that is at 5:30. So I hope to see families and friends and people from Brick to come on out. It's right here at the Township building. And I think we may have a special guest coming. I don't want to give it away, but you might want to be there, and possibly some hot cocoa and other good fun things. So please bring the kids out. It's a great time. And also our menorah lighting is taking place on December 7th. At 5:30 p.m. It starts here inside the building, and then we go outside to the large menorah that we have on display. So everyone from the township is invited to that as well, and I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Mr. Keneally?
Nothing, thank you.
Mrs. Murphy?
I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Councilman Albert?
Have a great Thanksgiving.
Councilwoman Ponterero?
Thank you, Madam President. I want to use my time tonight as we sit here 2 days before the holiday of Thanksgiving to give a voice to the residents of Brick who have no voice. It's the children in foster care who have been removed from their families due to dangerous circumstance or otherwise. These children are in Brick and need temporary homes and foster parents to give them what we imagine all children should have for the holiday, a family. If it is in your heart and you have time to give to help a child in need, please call 1-800-NJ-ABUSE. Please remember that being a foster parent can be only a temporary, like a vacation home to give respite to a foster parent who's going away, or it can be for longer. I have adopted all 3 of my children through the foster care program in New Jersey. If your heart is big enough to take in a child and big enough to let them return to their families, if that's what is appropriate, then please take the time as we get ready for the holiday to remember those who won't have such a holiday. Thank you, and that sounds bad, but happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Councilman Menachino?
Thank you. Just happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Councilwoman Travers?
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Council Vice President Sampson?
Just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
I just want to thank all of the different organizations, the churches, and all of those that are able to be providing Thanksgiving meals to those who are in need and cannot provide one for themselves. I know a bunch of different organizations here in town do, and we are so thankful for that. Also, in this season of giving, there are many different toy drives and gift donations and all that kind of good stuff. So if you are able to, I ask that you please do. I know right here in Town Hall, our PBA is collecting for Toys for Tots. If you have a gift that you would like to bring, you can drop it off right at the police desk, and they are accepting donations until December 10th. When we will then be helping the mayor's student advisory committee will be helping to wrap all of those presents for the children. So with that, I just want to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving, and our next scheduled meeting is on December 12th at 7 p.m. right here. Can I have a motion and a second to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.